Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Courtney, and I'm swinging outside doing my favorite outside activity besides swimming. And that's pretty much it. I am in my swingy, and I have found some cool little white shades that I thought would be cool. I tweeted a picture of me looking cool in my shades. What up? But yeah, I like these shades. I just found them around, and they're really cool. So you know, I'm just trying on shades and being cool. But today I kind of wanted to make this video, and I kind of thought, well, no, I'll just make like a chilling video, but then I thought again, it kind of just popped into my head, because it's kind of something I want to talk about with, Jenette Mccrdy in I Party with Victorious that premiered last night, if you all watched it, and it's kind of something that I wanted to bring up today. I followed her on Twitter, and she released a story about her mom's battle with cancer and Jenette Mccrdy. And so, I mean, I read the whole thing, and okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but when I hear something like that of a star or somebody that I don't even know, and they don't even know I exist, and I think it's human nature, and I know a lot of people probably think I'm really stupid, but it's in my human nature, my mom's it's human nature that, stuff like that, when I hear stuff like that about stars and about anybody, and about anybody being sick or anybody being in the hospital, and any child having cancer, and they don't even know I exist, it bothers me that I just don't know why, but it does. And my mom says it's pretty much human nature, but I don't know, because I'm a survivor of congenital Mccrdy, which I'll explain later. And I guess that's why I have a close heart with people with medical conditions, that have serious medical conditions, because I can relate to that, and I think that it kind of bothers me, because I want them not to go through what I had to go through, so I think that's part of the reason why I relate about people's medical conditions. But, when I see a star, and a star, they're on movies and stuff, and I try my best to see them in a way that not a lot of people see stars. And the way I try to see them is their attitude, their personality. If they're down to earth, if they're snooty, I'm not going to like them. I try my best to find their attitude, and to find and like them, and like their music for their attitude, and not just for their music or their, I try to like them for who they are, and not for their, music and stuff. And that's hard to do when, still in the spotlight, and that's hard to do. But I first found out that Jenette Mccrdy's mom had cancer when, actually, I read it on her website. JenetteMcCrdy.com. And then it's where I live. And then I read about it on there, and then I kind of took a break from it, and then I ran across a video of her on the Bonnie Hunt show. She's talking about, that Cody Waters, and I kind of fell in love with her after that, and kind of, thought, well, she has a really good personality because of what she done, and how she donated 20% to the foundation of Cody Waters. I thought that was really, really, really kind of her to be, to be generous, to donate, and care about other people. And it's just that, and I think that, that she's kind of like me, that, how much I say this, that cancer's going to always hit home to her, and she's always going to want to help people with cancer. And I'm kind of the same way with the condition I was born with, is that I'm always going to want to help people that I was born with, and I'm always going to I'll try to think about and pray for kids that are born with, if I find out that a baby is born with what I was born with, I try to, if I know about it, and when they're born, I try to get it out, tell everybody to pray about it. And I just try to, I don't know, to keep them from going through what I went through. And it's just, it's you. And, you know, I'm not going through what she's going through. And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, nobody knows what anybody's going through until they've actually gone through it. So, you know, you can't say, well, that must be hard or that must be tough, because you don't know. But I just, like, I read that article that she wrote, and it kind of broke my heart. And I had a bad feeling about it for some reason. And it kind of like, I was like so, I don't know, soon after I read it, it made me want to hug my mom. And as soon as I read it to my mom, and then I hugged her. Because I don't know, it just makes you feel, when you read something like that, it makes you feel lucky. Like, lucky for what you have. And because you don't realize what you have until you've seen or heard of somebody or seen or heard or read about somebody that's going through something worse. And, you know, like, you know, thank God He tries to, you know, wake me up a lot. I think He works in mysterious ways, because there was this day that my iPod cut off, and I was so devastated about it, and it wouldn't come on, and I was like, oh crap, and I was like, my heart was breaking. I was like, oh gosh, and I was just so worried about my iPod. And then my iPod got fixed, but anyway, while my iPod was on charge, I had to do a project for school. I had to do a project for school, and you had to pick out 2 poems, you know, by 2 artists. And I picked one poem about, you know, Edgar Allan Poe, the famous poet. And then I picked one to do this little boy that you may have heard of him, called Matty J.T. Stopatnik. And I remember my 5th grade teacher read us the poetry books, the heart songs. And so I remembered that, and my teacher was amazed I actually remembered that. But I did. So my mom worked at the school, so my mom worked at the school where I went to elementary school. And she talked to my 5th grade teacher, and she got the books. She gave me the 2 of her books that she had in the classroom so I could review it. And I started looking them up and looking on the internet, and found out his mom actually had a disease too. And she buried like 4 kids with it. And I think, why was I worried about an iPod when, you know, I saw that? And I thought it was amazing that I saw that the day I found out about the day that my iPod broke. I thought it was amazing that, you know, I thought, oh my gosh, I was worried about my iPod, and look at this. You know, and it shows that people have bigger problems than just your electronics acting stupid, because electronics you can replace, but people and hard times you can't. So, I mean, and you can't replace anybody. You can replace electronics, you can replace TVs, you can replace steps, you can replace cars, but you cannot replace humans. And I think that was just a good thing for me to see that day. And I know that this is probably a depressing video and a lot of people don't want to watch it, but I just wanted to talk about, you know, I have a different side of me that you may not see, but this video is getting long, so I better go. But I wanted to give a shout out to Jenette Mccrdy, and if you're watching this, I'm thinking about your mom, and I'm hoping that she heals, and I hope that she feels better soon. Peace.